Well, I grew up in Dallas, Texas, big family, 8 kids. Unfortunately, my father died when I was 7, so my mom became a rock star. My mom was one of those people that when you met her, you felt like you were the only person she met that day. But then she actually ended up managing a grocery store deli. So funny that I would later get into the restaurant business, but I learned more about people in business, my mom, than anyone. Well, I started working at 13, Youngblood's Fried Chicken. They needed a summer busboy and dishwasher. And I found out right then that I loved the restaurant business. Well, I graduated from high school in Dallas, and I knew that we didn't have the money to pay any out-of-state tuition, and Houston had that $150 a semester. That's all it cost. That intrigued me. 4 hours down Interstate 45, I was a Cougar in 1970. Well, during my time in the dorms, social really became athletics. I loved playing intramural sports, and so I got hooked up with this famous group called the OB Gangbangers. They were legendary in their sports prowess, but had just a tremendous time playing sports and getting to know people in both dorms. But probably even more important was my work experience. Being a student advisor was amazing. That first year on the 9th floor of Moody Towers, I had all these freshmen. For some reason, the floor named ourselves the Geekers. And if you remember, streaking was a very popular sport going around in the 70s. And so one night, all the freshmen came to my room and said, "Hey Doug, we're going out streaking. We'll be the Geeker Streakers." And you'll be proud of me, I didn't go with them, although I didn't stop them, and they went around the campus on like a Friday night, geeker streaking, and then came back to the floor, and I told them to get in their rooms and put their clothes on, and no one knows that I knew they were going to participate in that, thank goodness. So while I was still a student advisor, you weren't supposed to have another job, but Chris Fowler, who was my advisor my first year as a freshman, later became head of the dorm. He allowed me a couple of nights a week to bartend at this amazing restaurant in Southwest Houston called the Great Mind Company. And I became a manager there when I graduated. So 22 years old, underqualified, I'm running one of the top steakhouses in the city of Houston. But the owner there liked to take advantage of naive young college students who would work 90 hours a week for no pay, and I was perfect for the job. But I met my wife, Holly, there. We've been married almost 37 years, so that became not an important career job, but also an important family relationship. My best friend Ken Dennis was there, who was also part of the hotel school, and that became the trigger to interviewing with Chili's. And 5 years later, the greatest leader in the history of the restaurant industry, Norman Brinker, joined us. The company went public, became Brinker International, became one of the largest casual dining portfolio companies in the world, a Fortune 500 company, and somehow 14 jobs later, I became the president and CEO and chairman of the board of this amazing company. Well, Norman Brinker used to say it's nice to be important, but more important to be nice. It's fantastic being part of Eric's Club. So Eric's Club is the alumni group of the Hilton Restaurant and Hotel School. And we get to come back twice a year and meet the students. Now you realize that a busboy can become the CEO of a billion-dollar company. That isn't just my story. I want to help other kids see the opportunities that I had and the potential successes they could have in this wonderful hospitality industry. Well, to be part of this event tonight, it's an incredible honor, again, because of what I learned while I was at the University of Houston. So I'm proud to get the honor, and I'll try to do everything I can to live up to what this honor means.